చేసుకుంటా 2 రోజులు ఇంటికాడ వండుకుంటాం. చేసినాడే పైస ఉంటుంది. రెక్కాడితేనే బుక్ ఆడుతుంది. ఇక డాక్టర్ దగ్గర పోయినాం, గిన్నొచ్చిందని చూపించుకొచ్చుకున్నాం. నెత్తినొచ్చినప్పుడు 100 రూపాయల కాళ్ళు చేతులు యాడియాడ గుంజుతోనే మందులు బాగా ఇవ్వాలంటే 500-600 అయితేనే 1000 అవుతుంది. ఇక 1000 అయినా పోసుకుంటున్నాం, పానం ఆరోగ్యం చేసుకుంటున్నాం.
మనుషులు పూర్వము వాళ్ళు ఏదో నీళ్ళు తాగిరు, మన పిల్లల భవిష్యత్తు కోసం అన్నా మన భవిష్యత్తు కోసం అన్నా మేము మంచి నీళ్ళు తాగాలి, మేము ఆరోగ్యంగా ఉండాలి ఆ ఉద్దేశంతో మేము వేరే గ్రామాలలో వాటర్ ప్లాంట్ చూసినాం. అక్కడ పోయి కూడా కొన్ని సలహాలు తెలుసుకున్నాం. ఈ ఫిల్టర్ అయిన వాటర్ తాగడం వలన మన ఆరోగ్యాలు బాగుంటాయనే ఉద్దేశంతో మేము పెట్టుకోవడం జరిగింది.
1200కు మించి గ్రామాలలో 25 లక్షలకు పైగా ప్రజలు బాల వికాస నీటి శుద్ధీకరణ పథకం ద్వారా లబ్ధి పొందుతున్నారు. కేవలం 3 రూపాయలకే 20 లీటర్ల శుద్ధిత నీటిని 6.5 లక్షలకు పైగా కుటుంబాలు ప్రతిరోజు బాల వికాస వాటర్ ప్లాంట్ల నుండి తీసుకొని వెళ్ళి తమ అవసరాలకు వాడుకుంటున్నారు.
ఏ బోలర్ అయినా ఉన్నది నట్టు వస్తుంది. ఫ్లోరైడే ఉండని ఏముండని ఇటు మోరు బురదని ఇవ్వండి కాక అట్లనే వస్తుంటుంది. ఇంట్లో ఏముంటుంది సార్? ఈ నీళ్ళు కనుక పెట్టేదే లేదు సార్. ఇప్పుడు దీంట్లో ఏముంటుంది? దీనిలో వేస్ట్ అంతా అక్కడ తీసేస్తుంది, మంచి నీళ్ళు ఇక్కడ వస్తాయి. అది అమృతం తాగినట్టు ఉంటుంది.
మాకు ఈ నీళ్ళు తాగిన నుంచి ఏ దుగ్ధలు లేవు, ఏం లేవు. మంచిగా నడుస్తున్నాం, మంచిగా వంటలు చేసుకుంటున్నాం, మంచిగా ఫ్రెష్గా ఉంటున్నాం. ఎక్కడ పొలాలకు వెళ్ళినా కానీ అవే వాటర్ బాటిల్లో తీసుకెళ్తున్నాం. అప్పుడు నెత్తి మిడుసులు బాగా కాలు చేతులు గుంజుతుంది. ఈ నీళ్ళు మంచిగా వాడుకుంటున్నాం కాబట్టి మాకు ఏవి కూడా లేకుంటుంటున్నాం, మంచిగా ఉంటున్నాం మేము.
అప్పుడు డబ్బుల ఖర్చు ఎక్కువ ఉంటుండే, ఇటు ఆరోగ్యం బాగుండకుండా 5000-6000కి అవి హాస్పిటల్లో పెట్టేస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు ఆ సమస్య లేకుండా బాల వికాసం సంస్థ వాటర్ ప్లాంట్ ఏర్పాటు చేయడం వల్ల ఆరోగ్యం బాగుంటుంది, ఇటు డబ్బులు కూడా పొదుపు అవుతున్నాయి. ఆ డబ్బులతో మేము ఇంట్లో పరిస్థితులు సర్దిద్దుకుంటున్నాం.
రూరల్ ఏరియాలో ఎవరైతే వ్యవసాయం పైన ఆధారపడి బతుకుతున్న వ్యవసాయ కుటుంబాలకి నార్మల్గా హెల్త్ కండిషన్ మెయిన్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. వాళ్ళకి ఏ వాటర్ అయినా తాగుతారు, చేనులోకి వెళ్తే బోర్ వాటర్ తాగుతారు. వాళ్ళకి నెక్స్ట్ వాళ్ళ 60 ఏజ్ 70 ఏజ్ అయిన తర్వాత వాళ్ళ పని వాళ్ళు చేసుకోలేరు. నార్మల్గా వాళ్ళ యొక్క స్తోమతను కోల్పోతారు. మనకి ఒక ఏజ్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత హాస్పిటల్లో మనీ ఖర్చు చేసే బదులు వేలకు వేలు పెట్టి మనం మనీ ఖర్చు చేసే బదులు మనమే ఒక మంచి నీళ్లు తాగితే బెటర్.
అందరూ కూడా ఆరోగ్యకరంగా ఉండాలనుకుంటే, డబ్బు ఆదాగా ఉండాలనుకుంటే, మీరు కూడా స్వచ్ఛమైన వాటర్ తాగాలంటే బాల వికాస్ వాటర్ ప్లాంట్ పెట్టుకుంటే మీ కుటుంబాలు మీరందరూ కూడా బాగుంటారని చెప్పేసి నా యొక్క చిన్ని విన్నపం.
A very warm good morning to all. A very warm good morning to all. I am Sahiti Kompilla, Senior Associate for Responsible Business in CSR, Balavikasa International Center. It is a matter of great pleasure for us to welcome you to the Social Entrepreneurship Impulse 2022, presented by BBIC in partnership with Telangana State Innovation Cell and in collaboration with our knowledge partner Tata Institute of Social Sciences Mumbai, ecosystem partner Kakatiya Sandbox, and our associate partners VHub, T-Hub and iVenture by Indian School of Business. I now request and welcome our esteemed guests to take the seat on the dais. We would like to welcome the Honorable Minister of Labor and Employment, Factories and Skill Development, Telangana State, Shri Malla Reddy sir, who has been playing a key role in promoting the startup culture by building creativity and encouraging innovation in the youth through education institutions. Request Malla Reddy sir to please come onto the dais, and Ms. Lata Garu, Senior Manager for Women Empowerment and Building Model Communities, Bala Vikasa. I request you to please welcome her, ma'am. Next, we would like to welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan sir, Principal Secretary of Industries and Commerce and Information Technology Departments of Telangana State. He has been playing a significant role in developing strong policy framework and has been instrumental in supporting many social, cultural, charitable causes alongside of creating an environment suitable for SE ecosystems. I request Mr. Vijender Mogli. I request Mr. Tirupati, Balavikasa team to kindly honor him. Next, we'd like to invite on stage Shri Krishna Devarayalu sir, Honorable Member of Lok Sabha, State of Andhra Pradesh, onto the dais. He is a very active politician who has been raising important concerns and has been encouraging the young minds of Vignan institutions founded by his father to promote the startup culture. I would like to request Mr. Pratap Reddy Garu, Senior Manager of Safe Water Projects, Balavikasa, to kindly welcome him. Thank you, sir. I would now like to welcome one of the driving forces behind the mission and vision of Balavikasa, Mr. Shaurya Reddy Garu, the Executive Director, and request Mr. Francis Xavier, Manager of Documentation, to kindly welcome him. Shaurya Reddy Garu is a charismatic leader and an integral part of Balavikasa since its inception. In the last 32 years, he has been holding the reins of the organization and ensuring a constant growth. In his supervision, Balavikasa spread across 8 Indian states in 7,000 villages, impacting the lives of over 6.5 million rural poor through innovative community empowerment initiatives. While working closely with grassroots communities, he designed some of the most effective community development models. These models have inspired several NGOs, development professionals, and central and state governments. He spearheaded projects such as tank desiltations, water purifications, model villages, and Sujal ATWs. I would now like to introduce and welcome Ms. Shanta Tautam, Chief Innovation Officer of Telangana State Innovation Cell, and request her to come onto the dais, and request Ms. Lata, Ms. Manjula to kindly welcome her. This event would not have been possible without the support of those who have been actively encouraging the SE ecosystem. And hence, I now take the opportunity to introduce to you Professor Satyajit Majumdar, Professor at Center for Social Entrepreneurship and Dean School of Management and Labor Studies, Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai, representing our knowledge partner. Professor Majumdar has over 40 years of experience in providing consulting and corporate training in areas related to SE and CSR. Next, Mr. M. Srinivasa Rao, Chief Executive T-Hub. Mr. Rao is an accomplished serial entrepreneur and he has built and scaled businesses across geographies over his 33-year stint in the IT industry. Mr. Suresh Krishna Bandi, Associate Vice President, Programs and Partnership, ISB. Mr. Suresh has a work experience of over 10 years in various organizations as Business Operations Specialist and Incubation Manager. Mr. Manish Jaiswal, Chief Executive Officer, Kakatiya Sandbox. Mr. Manish served as a founding head for Telangana State Innovation Cell and has been using his expertise in helping many social ventures. I would now like to thank all of you on behalf of Balavikasa for your immense support. Thank you so much to partners. I now request our guests and Mr. Shauri Reddy Garu to light the lamp to mark the commencement of the event.
ज्योति दो ज्योति दो ज्योति दो प्रभु ज्योति दो ज्योति दो ज्योति दो प्रभु 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 जीवन दो जीवन दो जीवन दो प्रभु जीवन दो जीवन दो जीवन दो प्रभु जीवन दो प्रभु जीवन दो प्रभु जीवन दो प्रभु जीवन दो प्रभु.
On behalf of Balavikasa International Center, I would like to take the pleasure to welcome to this event all the distinguished experts and participants on and off the dais. We extend our immense appreciation to Telangana government for supporting our efforts in making this event a reality. Further, we appreciate the support from all our partners who passionately contributed to the cause and extended their help in organizing this event. I would now like to request Mr. Shauri Reddy Garu, Executive Director of BVIC, to give the welcome address.
Very good morning and hearty welcome to all the dignitaries, especially Honorable Minister Mallareddy Garu, MP Krishna Garu, and respected Sir Jayesh Ranjan Garu, Principal Secretary Garu, and our partner Shanta Thotam Garu, and all the delegates coming from different parts of the country, startups, CSR representatives, investors, incubators, mentors, right? There are so many delegates coming from at least 8 states today, and a big hearty welcome to all the participants, and we thank you for accepting our invitation and being part of this mega event. I'm sure most of you heard about Bala Vikasa, but there is a confusion. What is this Bala Vikasa all about? So I'll just quickly few minutes to make you understand who we are and why we are conducting this event today. So Bala Vikasa is one of the biggest non-profit in the country. This is founded by Miss Bala Singareddy and her husband Andre Jaingra, who is a Canadian. We are a 45-year-old community-driven development organization. We are not a welfare organization like, what Mother Teresa did, giving food to the poor people or medicine to sick people. We are not into temporary welfare activities. We are into sustainable development. Our approach is we build the communities before building the projects. Building project could be water project, school, whatever it is. But our approach is we build the communities. Matlab, we go to communities, we motivate them, we unite them, and we build the required capacity so that they drive the development process by themselves. So one of our activity is women empowerment activity. We have been implementing women empowerment. Please be silent in the back, students and all the delegates. I request all of you to please sit in some chairs so that we'll have a good atmosphere here. So we have been implementing women empowerment program for the last 35 years. Much before Dwakra came in, we started women program in 1,600 villages and empowered more than 2.5 lakh women. And we are working with 20,000 widows, working with 1,500 orphan children, giving them the right education opportunities. And coming to the drinking water sector, we are one of the biggest non-profit in the country. We have provided 1,400 villages with purified water system where they get 3 rupees 20 liters by water ATM system. We are the pioneer in the country. We are the leading NGO in the country with highest number of water plants. And we supported 7,000 borewells which are manually operating. And we constructed 480 overhead tanks which are giving doorstep water supply to 500,000 population. There is no other NGO in the country which build that many number of water tanks except Puttapari Sai Baba Garu. And then in 100 villages with solar operated water systems in tribal areas where there is no power, right? 100 villages we provided solar operated water systems. And first of its kind in the country, urban water ATM, we started in Warangal. For city commuters, you drop 1 rupee coin, you get purified chilled water. 6 years ago we started there. So like this in many water programs we are leading there. And then coming to the school education, we have a Vidya Vikasa program through which we have renovated or supported more than 500 government schools in the rural areas by giving them the required infrastructure, by giving them good quality teachers, forming committees, good governance and all those things. So we are very big in even the water sector, in the school education system. And coming to the environment and agriculture, we have renovated 800 irrigation tanks. What our Telangana government is doing in a very big way through Mission Kakatiya program, we have launched this program in 1999. 21 years ago we started desiltation. We renovated 800 irrigation tanks. Now we are going with a big program called Mission Jala Vikasa with the objective of constructing 20,000 farm ponds. We already reached 2,000 farm ponds, but we are going with a target of 20,000 farm ponds in Telangana, Andhra and Maharashtra regions. And first time in the country we have provided cattle hostel. You know, we have hostel for employees, for students, right? First time in the country we have created dairy hostels where 200 cattle can be accommodated in the hostel outside the village. We are doing that in 8 villages. And we are promoting model villages. Our model village called Gangadevipalli became a model even for Prime Minister Modi. When he launched the program called Sansad Adarsh Gram Yojana, he spoke about our model village called Gangadevipalli. What is model village? Many people now it became a fashion. Giving 5 crore rupee, constructing a school, constructing a road, constructing a hospital, they call it a model village. No, sorry, it's not a model village. It's a developed village. What is model village? Model village is something which people do it by themselves by using what they have in the village, right? So that's our model village. We are promoting that concept in 100 villages, right? So like this, Bala Vikasa is doing a lot of activities. You know, tsunami time, we did a lot of things. Recently for COVID, we spent almost 16 crore rupees for COVID relief activities. So in this way, Bala Vikasa is now operating in 8 different states: Telangana, Andhra, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Jharkhand, and we have reached 6,500 villages. There is no other NGO in the country which has a reach of 6,500 villages with a lot of innovative projects. And I can proudly say what Bala Vikasa initiated, government initiated in some aspects, like Mahila Sanghas, model villages, right? Water plants, tank desiltation. So we are the pioneers in development. We are known as development innovators. So by implementing many programs, we are impacting millions of people. So this is one vertical, right? And then the second vertical is People Development Training Center. And what we do with that? We do capacity building of non-profits. There are NGOs doing good work, but how to do development? Having 4 decades of experience in implementing program, we conduct 1-day program to 1-month program to non-profits, government officials, and elected political leaders. Today in our People Development Training Center, we are getting participants from 83 countries, from Africa, Latin America, Asia, and across the globe. So in this way, we are a global inspiring organization, locally impacting and globally inspiring organization. And now the third vertical, which is called Bala Vikasa International Center, the campus where we are here today, right? And what is this Bala Vikasa International Center? Having 4 decades of implementing experience and 2 decades of capacity building experience in development sector, we thought we are in a better position to train even the corporate CSR departments. I think some of you know here, there is a new law in the country which makes every big company making 5 crores net profit, they have to spend 2% for charity. And you have more than 10,000 companies in India who are obliged to spend money for community development, right? So we realize the companies are very good in business, money making, and they have profits, but they do not have the recipe of impacting communities, right? Therefore, we are creating capacity building opportunities for the corporate companies. So we are going to be one of the biggest private CSR training institute, advisory institute, and consultancy for the corporate companies in the CSR sector. And the second vertical, or second department within BVIC is social startup incubation. And this is the reason we are now conducting this activity. And why Bala Vikasa is coming into social startup incubation? Because we believe these social startup startups can provide solutions to social problems which are not possible to the governments and to the NGOs. There are so many problems which government is not solving through traditional programs, and NGOs are not able to solve the problems through traditional development programs. But the startups can create a new solution and provide a solution to the problems in environment, agriculture, education, livelihood. There are so many things. Until now, it is government and NGOs who are doing development work. But now, across the globe, there is a new sector coming called social startups. Therefore, we felt it's very important to cultivate that innovations and then to promote those social entrepreneurs. So we want to be one of the biggest social startup incubator in the country. That is the reason we have created this huge facility. We have invested almost 35 crores for this facility. It's a 20-acre facility. We have 6 classrooms, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 300 facility, and 50 startups will be provided co-working area. Like apna Telangana government, T-Hub is the biggest incubator in the country, right? And they are for multiple startups. Any startup, if you want to make money, you can go to T-Hub. If you want to impact, you can go there. But somebody want to make money, Bala Vikasa will not work with them. Somebody want to make social impact, please come to us, right? So we already incubated 35 startups, and we are working with a lot of collaborating partners and then trying to impact. So all this through Bala Vikasa. I think many people know before they hear about this, Bala Vikasa bole to bachcha ko samstha bolte, right? Bala is the name of our founder, Bala Teresa Singareddy, right? She married a French Canadian. Bala Garu, 50 years ago, she went abroad for higher education, and while studying there, she met a French Canadian by name André Gingras, and they became very good friends. Baad mein kya hua tha? Shaadi hua tha, right? Right? So they got married and settled in Canada, and having good luxury in Canada, she was not comfortable there. She wanted something to motherland. So she started a society by name Sopar in Canada, and Bala Vikasa in 1991 in India. So now altogether Bala Garu and her husband Andre Gingras Garu are serving India for the last 45 decades, inspiring and impacting in a very, very bigger way, right? And I think you saw so many NGOs, either they are in one sector or one district or in one state. But we are into multiple sectors, multiple states, right? Incubation, startup incubation, CSR training program, NGO training program, 10 different programs. So we call ourselves as a hybrid NGO, right? We are not into just community development thing, right? We are into multiple activities, and we call Bala Vikas is in the business of impacting society. So we impact society by implementing programs, We impact society by building the capacity of non-profits. We impact society by building the capacity of corporates, startups, and all the community leaders. And we are funded by at least 30 corporate companies for our community development programs. We are one of the most wanted CSR partner to many corporate companies. So on this occasion, I would like to, our Andre Jengra Garu, founder, husband of Bala Garu, he was a Canadian diplomat. He retired as an ambassador ranking diplomat in 1994, and since that time he is completely with Bala Vikasa doing a lot of activities. So they are in Canada. They want to be with us for a few minutes. So I request our founder Andre Garu there and Bala Garu. They are in Canada. It's midnight for them, but still they wanted to say hi to all the people coming here. So Andre Garu and Bala Garu, we call uncle and auntie, right? So please. Shiva.
Hello, everybody. It's 2 o'clock in the morning here in Canada, but we wanted to be with you for this special event, special day that we are having. Did you take off?
It's good.
Yeah, I hope you can hear us. Just a few words, and to start with, maybe I would like to say something which is unorthodox in a way. I would like to say that our world does not need more equality in the world. We don't need equality anymore. What we need now is more equity. And there is a big difference between equality and equity. Equality is to provide the same things to all people. For instance, with COVID in India, we know that the government took a decision to really help everybody to get vaccination, everybody in India. And we remember very well the first wave, that of course the system was not on par with the decision. And therefore, maybe in the big cities, there was a vaccination program going quite well. But in the villages, that was another story. Therefore, we can say that equality doesn't work very much when we want to achieve sustainable development. And this is why Bala Vikasa now is promoting equity. Equity means that we take the people where they are. If the people are a minority, we will try to help them starting with what they are, their own condition, their own environment. And from there on, we build the community. Therefore, equity for us is extremely important. This is our mission, and this is what we would like to do to bring equity into the Indian society. Now, let's come back to what we are to do today. We are in a special day called IMPULSE-2022, Social Entrepreneurship IMPULSE-2022. That's the theme of the day. And this is basically an event to promote equity. As you know well, to do good sustainable development, you need in the society 3 pillars. The first pillar is the government. The second pillar is basically the civic society, the organization called NGOs. And the third pillar, the new pillar, starting really greatly to work in sustainable development, is the corporation world. And that's why in 2013, Bala decided to really work not only with the government of India, but also with the corporations working in India for profit because they had something to bring. And therefore today, with Impulse 22, we want really to assess the fact that if we want to achieve sustainable development, the three pillars of the world, of the society, have to work together. The government. In Telangana, fortunately, the government is working very hard to promote startup, to promote social entrepreneurship. And we would encourage the government of Telangana to continue very strongly to support the initiative of all those organizations for profit trying to develop the social dimension of their organization. Therefore, basically, the government is one of the very important pillars. Now, the NGOs are also very important. Why? Because the NGOs and Bala Vikasa know how to work at the community level, at the grassroots level, and therefore to bring more sustainable development at the grassroots level, an organization like Bala Vikasa, through experience, through know-how at the grassroots, can really achieve and have impact in the society at the grassroots. And finally, the corporation. Maybe they don't know too much about community development at the grassroots, but they have the resources. And now the law obliges them in India to really work at the grassroots for sustainable development. And therefore now the three pillars of the society in India have to work together, and this is the reason we wanted to have a special day to really to communicate among ourselves, to make sure that really those three pillars will continue to work hard to promote sustainable development everywhere in India. And not only in India, but in the whole world, because the model that we can have in India can be used in other parts of the world, could be used in Canada, for example, where the three pillars of this society work together for a better world. Therefore, at the end, I would like to say this. My wishes is that this day, this special event, Social Entrepreneurship Impulse 2022, could continue and become an event that we will be there and continue to proclaim and to promote every year. Therefore, my wife and myself, we
శివ ఏమైందమ్మా
our strength together for the better of the society, the better of India.
Thank you so much for your inspiration and all the good work, and thank you for both of you for being a big inspiration to Bala Vikasa, all the team here. So we have about 350 full-time paid staff in Bala Vikasa, and they are the inspiration for all the family members in Bala Vikasa. And we have 48,000 voluntary leaders who are actually operating our projects in 6,500 villages. And Bala Garu, she comes to India and stays 6 months here, and Andre Garu comes every year 2 times, and they are a big inspiration to the entire organization. Thank you so much for being with us. It's really great inspiration. Yeah, thank you. Sir Jayesh Saab, on behalf of the platform and Bala Vikasa, we thank and congratulate Telangana government for creating the required ecosystem for the startup promotion, like T-Hub, TSIC, there are so many things. And I think Telangana government should also feel proud of Bala Vikasa for creating such a facility, right? Like T-Hub, one of the biggest incubator, and this one, we spent almost 35 crores, and there is bigger vision for this one. We are trying to work with a lot of collaborating partners here. So I'll just share with you, because we may not have time to go around, I'll just share you the 2-minute video of the facility. Is that okay for you? Right? Shiva, can you please share the video? Yeah. The second building is residence. This is the 150-bed accommodation. So this is a big facility. We created this facility with a big vision that we have. Okay? And today, until now, you were all invited by what name? BVAC, na? Bala Vikasa International Center, right? And today we are rebranding it. We are rebranding Bala Vikasa International Center. The full name was Bala Vikasa International Center for Responsible Business and Social Entrepreneurship. It was a kind of big name and not easy to catch up all those things. So today we are rebranding it to Bala Vikasa Center for Social and Responsible Businesses. It will be called CSRB. So after the meeting, we'll request Minister Garu and the honorable guest to unveil the branding there. So from today, it will be no more BBIC, right? It will be Center for Social and Responsible Businesses, right? So now, today's event, this is collaborated by many partners, and I have our senior director, Mr. Rahul. Please come, Rahul. So this is the guy who will be heading the Center for Social and Responsible Business. He is with Bala Vikasa for the last 5 years. He comes from London Municipal background, worked in KPMG, Deloitte, and a lot of big consulting companies as a business consultant. And he fell in love with Bala Vikasa vision and mission, and now he is with Bala Vikasa and taking the full responsibility of social incubation program and also the CSR activities. So I request him to present today's agenda, the purpose, and how we are going to conclude the day today.
Yeah. Thank you, Shauri. Thank you, everyone, for being here. It's a great gathering. We expected close to 600, but I think we have overshot that number. So thank you so much for making it all the way up, very far from the city, and coming here and blessing us with your presence. Today, the event that we have conceptualized is first of its kind. Everyone has defined social entrepreneurship in their own way. Some have defined social entrepreneurship based on the capital deployed. Some have defined based on the legal structure, not for profit or for profit. Some have defined based on the kind of customers a particular enterprise target. So all definitions are valid, and this field will keep on evolving. What we wanted to do here today was to bring all existing and prospective stakeholders who can contribute to strengthening the social entrepreneurship ecosystem. Therefore, we have startups, we have innovators, we have government representatives, we have incubators, we have students, we have CSR professionals, we have investors, impact investors, and academic institutions. They all are either existing or prospective stakeholders who will ultimately contribute, evolve, and lead to a mature and stable definition of social entrepreneurship. This particular event also has one unique feature, that it does not have any award or competition. We are not identifying, isolating, or celebrating one particular startup or one particular concept. We are celebrating the entire social entrepreneurship and whatever comes with it. The event today will discuss, event today will evolve certain agendas that will work on going forward. It is a great privilege to have partners such as TSIC, TISS Mumbai, V-Hub, iVenture at ISP, Kakatiya Sandbox, who have agreed, wholeheartedly supported us in organizing this event. We have been working with them on certain social entrepreneurship promotion and development agendas, and we'll continue to work with them. We will evolve, we will develop, we will go forward in the right direction. I hope that we have all the support from all of you in our journey. Today's event will cover few dimensions of social entrepreneurship. We will talk about certain social business models which can be sustainable, which can be implemented. We'll talk about the role of impact investors. We will have interactions between social startups and impact investors. We will have business leaders talk about the learnings that can be taken from businesses and applied in social entrepreneurship setting. All of this and much more. And I believe that at the end of the day today, we all will be much more aware and informed about what social entrepreneurship is all about. Impulse 2022 is just a beginning. Impulse as an event is expected to continue, and we intend to continue it and make it bigger and better each year. The vision is that in the next 5 years, Impulse 2022 will become Impulse 2026, and it will be an international event with more than 50% participants coming from outside of India. So we need all the support. There are and there will be few inconveniences, there will be few shortcomings in our event today. We request you to please give feedback to us so that we can improve upon it and we can make corrections. Please feel free to reach out to any of us, any of our team members, and then give us the feedback, because this event is, and this concept is here to stay. This is not one-off event. And lastly, in any event, there are some confusions that can happen. And then we had some small incident that happened in the beginning where Professor Satyajit was mistakenly invited, or he came onto the stage. We apologize on behalf of the organization. This should not have happened. This confusion should not have happened. We should have taken care of it. So on behalf of organization and personally, I apologize, and I am opening it up to you in case any of these things happens. Please bear with us. Any inconvenience is not intended, it's just accidental. So please enjoy the discussions, please absorb all the knowledge, please be part of the social entrepreneurship celebrations, and once again, welcome to you. Please reach out to us in case any issue or any problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you. So now I request Honorable MP Garu, Krishna Devarai Garu. He looks very, very young, right? He doesn't even look like a politician. He comes from a educational institutional background, Vignan institutions, right? He is representing Narsaraopet in Andhra Pradesh as a member of parliament, and he is very much passionate about promoting innovations. That's the reason he is here. He is not here because he's a politician. He is here because he is very much passionate about promoting startups in his own educational institutions. So it's to you, sir.
Good morning, everyone. A warm welcome to Honorable Minister Garu, Mallareddy Garu, Jayesh Ranjan Garu, Shanta Garu, and more importantly, Shaureddy Garu, to bring me here. Thank you very much. And also a warm welcome to all the participants, dignitaries, media, youngsters who have come here. A warm welcome to one and all. First of all, I should congratulate Bala Vikasa for two reasons. First one being, Bala Vikasa has been doing great work in my constituency. I've been using their services either to set up water plants, to dig up the lakes, regenerate the lakes. You know, we're doing a lot of good activity in partnership with Bala Vikasa. Thank you for all the support that you've been doing for the last 3 years. And second and most important reason that we all should appreciate Bala Vikasa is, any NGO, normally what they do is, they do this basic stuff like maybe give a water plant or build up some school buildings, or these kind of activities where they can get in the funding from a lot of CSR activities, and they can do it here. But what Bala Vikasa is doing is, they're going further ahead by conducting these activities. One step is wherein you can get the funding from overseas or from CSR, from various companies, and funnel it in such a way that you can make difference in the villages. But much higher target that where they are trying to put themselves with this project is, they want to not just solve problems that come to them, rather than they want to create and encourage and accelerate the problem solvers like you. This is something much beyond what is expected of NGO, so we should definitely appreciate them. While doing that, they are not doing it half-heartedly. If you have seen the facilities here, if you've seen the infrastructure here, when you're participating in this event, the way they have diligently planned everything, they're not doing anything half-heartedly. They're like full in. Like, okay, I'm going through this in the next 5 years, through this center, we want to create X number of social entrepreneurs who can actually go and solve the issues that are there in the society. And I congratulate Bala Vikasa Garu and the team behind them, because it's not easy for some institute that is not funded by a government or those agencies, but rather you have to get the funding, and if you have to do something like this is totally amazing. So I congratulate them. And I was speaking to Shanta Garu, and she was mentioning all the various activities that are happening in Hyderabad. Various activities in the sense for the entrepreneurs. I don't think I've gone to many cities in the last 3 years of me being an MP, and I've interacted with a lot of youngsters. But I don't think there is no city where you have these kind of facilities for a budding entrepreneur. On one side you have T-Hub, on the other side you have T-Works. You have many facilitators who can handhold you and take you and be successful. And I've been wanting to go and visit the KTR sandbox for the last 2 years. Because of COVID. I was not able to make it, but I have been hearing some great stuff KTR sandbox is doing with the farmers there. This is the need of the hour. Yes, you are all graduates here, and you're having certificates in your hand, but let me tell you, and these certificates and graduates, they are very deceptive. But what is actually impactful is you trying to create some sort of a difference in the people's lives. And that is what you all people are here for. And I appreciate you. It's easy for you to, there are many choices that have come your way. After you graduate, you could have easily gone into a corporate world. And I know the route that the people in Andhra and Telangana take. Corporate world, then they work for 2 years, then they go to US and they stay there, get married, and but you have chosen the really hard part. Really hard part, I'm saying, because you could have gone into any tech world. Even the tech or entrepreneurship itself, startup itself, it's easier, little bit easier than going into a social entrepreneurship. When you feel for the problems of the people, only then, when you have that empathy within you, only then you can come in this direction and actually do this. So I appreciate all the participants who are here. I wish you all the best, and I wish Bala Vikasa to be a tremendous. This center should be, catalyst for at least in the next 5 years, at least 50 of them, 50 of the social entrepreneurs should come out and do some meaningful contribution to the, not only to the state of Telangana, but multiple states in India. As we have seen the economy of our country is growing drastically, but we still have numerous problems that are basic problems that we are still trying to address them. And as young people, you have the ideas that are there that can be that can be explored and that can be grounded as well. Say for example, for my constituency, it's very much adjoining Telangana. It's in Nagarjuna Sagar, adjoining Telangana, where my constituency has one of the highest chili crop anywhere in India. But the problem is, for the farmer to get actual value of the chili, the problem is to get that to plug the chili from the plant is the most costliest thing. No one is exploring on that. I hope you can explore. There are many problems like that, so you keep exploring. This is the second social entrepreneurship cell that I actually visited in the last 15 days. 15 days back, I've been to Baramati. They have done an excellently good job. And you should definitely, in Maharashtra, it's in Sharad Pawar's constituency, actually now Supriya Sule's constituency. Please go, try to visit that entrepreneurship cell. They're doing excellent work, and they're doing great work in agriculture as well. You should definitely visit, because they do. I've been shown that they invite farmers to do the experimentation, everything. It's like a mela. The farmers come there to. They're all like very enthusiastic kids. They come there and like, oh, what's happening in the farming world? What is happening? What is the new thing that is coming out? That much of excitement I've seen in the farmers. They come there to explore. This is what is happening. If I add this much of fertilizer, this is how much it is going to. All the experiments are being taken care there. So please visit that. It will give you, boost and you give a clarity on where you should go. And I wish you once again all the best. 50 is the target in the next 5 years. You have tremendous team, Jayesh Ranjan Garu, KTR Garu, Malareddy Garu, all these people there. He is running an institute. He also knows it, what entrepreneurship and everything is. So you have a tremendous team here. So I hope take the advantage of that, and good luck with that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Krishna Garu, for all your good wishes and encouraging Bala Vikasa. Definitely, with the collaboration of all the stakeholders here, investors, incubators, mentors, right? There are so many people, especially from government side. Jayesh Saab is very, very collaborative and appreciating. So with all these things, we feel very, very strong. And with that feeling strongness, right? So we'll be doing our best. Definitely 5 years, 50 will be definitely achieved. Every year we'll be graduating 50 innovations or 50 solutions from this campus, right? And now I request Shanta Garu, who is the CEO of one of the government vertical, which is called Telangana State Innovation Cell. So she is the CEO of it. And Bala Vikasa and TSIC, we already have a MOU working on a lot of innovations. So I request her to do some announcements and share her words.
Good morning, everyone. Hearty welcome to everyone, Honorable Minister Garu and Mallareddy Garu, our very, spontaneous and visionary Principal Secretary Jayesh Garu, Shauri Reddy Garu, MP Krishna Garu, and all the dignitaries of the stage. Welcome to this celebration of social entrepreneurship. This is first of its kind happening in Telangana, bringing together all the stakeholders who are working in the space of social entrepreneurship. And we are super happy and glad to partner with BVIC. When I say we, it's Telangana State Innovation Cell, the brainchild of our Honorable Minister KTR Garu. So thank you so much BVIC for bringing all the stakeholders and kind of creating a platform to celebrate social entrepreneurship. So Telangana State Innovation Cell has a bigger mandate, and we do share a lot of commonalities between BVIC. We have BVIC and TSIC. So, we even kind of share the ICs together. So when it comes to the mandate of Telangana State Innovation Cell, we would like to build and nurture the culture of innovation across the 33 districts of Telangana. Our focus is not only on Hyderabad, but also the other districts of Telangana, where we could reach out to even an innovator who is working at the grassroots level, to a startup which is working on the social impact space. So when it comes to social impact and social entrepreneurship, Telangana State Innovation Cell is only the entity which is kind of doing the hand-holding and helping the entrepreneurs to go to the next level. We do run a lot of marquee programs from Telangana State Innovation Cell, including the Social Impact Bootcamp. The first version, we helped 61 startups, explicitly social entrepreneurs, to kind of go through a 3-month incubation program wherein they got introduced to mentors who provided 150 hours of mentorship, and also we got 10 departments of Government of Telangana to interact with them. We have a lot of support coming in from Government of Telangana when it comes to Government Startup Connects. We have a beautiful salient feature in our innovation policy which talks about Telangana homegrown startups would get an opportunity to take Government of Telangana as its customer, the first customer, I would say. When we do Government Startup Connects, we always look into what are the pain points in government departments could be addressed by the startups which are working in the space. So we do facilitate those conversations, and also when it comes to partnerships with the stakeholders within the social entrepreneurship space, we recently partnered with 9 NGOs across Telangana. We got the problem statements from them, and including the 9 NGOs, including BVIC. We came up with this very unique, tailor-made acceleration program for 3 months, where the NGOs will provide the problem statements and the startups will provide a proof of concept which could be piloted in the rural settings. So we scouted the best startups across Telangana. We received almost like 100 plus startups which applied for that program. Impact Labs it is called. And now we are in the phase of defining the proof of concepts and how would we pilot their proof of concepts and in the market. So and also we will be launching very few marquee programs now on the stage. Water aid. Rajesh, are you here on the? Yes, please come onto the dais. So WaterAid reached out to Telangana State Innovation Cell and said, we would like to, have innovations and processes and products that could address the menstrual, the waste management. So we said like, why can't we kind of open up a hackathon where we will invite the youth to kind of participate. I would say youth means like, it could be men or women who would kind of own up the problem and provide innovative solutions. We heard from another corporate, Hexagon, that they are working with 6 villages explicitly with women who are kind of trained on technologies. Now we are thinking, how about we even include them to participate in this hackathon? So it's going to be a hybrid hackathon where online and offline we'll be conducting the hackathon. Rajesh, please come onto the stage. So real quick, I would like to have our dignitaries on stage to do the honors of unveiling the poster for this program. As I said, the problem statements are very unique, and thank you so much, WaterAid, for partnering with us. Rajesh, would you like to speak 2 words here?
Thank you, Dr. Shanta. It's an honor to be sharing some thoughts about WaterAid amongst various dignitaries here. WaterAid is an organization which has been working in India for the last 3 decades on issues of water and sanitation. We've been working in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh over the last decade, providing water and sanitation services for the most rural and marginalized communities. In our work on hygiene specifically, we look at menstrual health because we feel that women who are empowered can be the change makers for society. With that interest in mind, we also engaged with the UNFPA. Currently we have a grant with UNFPA to look at menstrual hygiene issues. And we've been working in Hyderabad and Hyderabad district over the last 1.5 years. And we thought, we need to pilot some solutions on both menstrual health products and ways to dispose menstrual health products. So in this context, we approached TSIC and we thought this is a real case, a real problem to look at, to find some innovative solutions, think out of the box, and that's the reason for the partnership. We really hope, this will lead us to some innovative solutions. We're also offering some fellowship grant for people who come up with these ideas, and they can be mentored with WaterAid so that we can then take these solutions and in our own projects, they will be our test beds and they can be tested out in our own projects. Yeah, I thank TSIC for this opportunity, and it was really nice to meet all the dignitaries, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajesh. The winners of this hackathon would be given an opportunity, a fellowship opportunity to work with WaterAid. The winners, if they propose some proof of concept or idea, they could work directly with WaterAid and get a lot of mentorship. And of course, TSIC will be hand-holding, doing the governance of this, and work with WaterAid and earn a lot of experience. I'm sure the student community will be definitely interested in leveraging this opportunity. Having said that, as Telangana State Innovation Cell is focusing on fostering the social entrepreneurship, we have come up with a network, TSSN, Telangana State Social Startup Network, just to kind of bring together the social entrepreneurs, make them learn from peer-to-peer learning and build that platform and that camaraderie between, amongst all the social entrepreneurs. So this happens every month in partnership with Telangana State Innovation Cell, in partnership with CIE of IIIT. We have more than 500 startups which are working with us, and we do meet them on a monthly basis to kind of understand their pain points, and also sometimes think about how would we kind of create ways for them to scale up, the market opportunities for them it could be. So every month we host this event at different locations. Telangana, most of you guys might have heard about T-Hub, but we do have 75 plus accelerators and incubators across Telangana. So the whole community is coming together and kind of helping in particular sectors. Sometimes in Telangana, T-Hub is kind of looking at most of the sectors, and TSIC has picked the social entrepreneurship. Besides, we are working with the grassroots level innovators. We do work with government officials also. So as we got a lot of traction and social entrepreneurs are requesting Telangana State Innovation Cell to kind of, host another social impact boot camp. So this year we would like to announce the second version of a social impact boot camp. Again, a beautiful 3 months acceleration program, an incubation program explicitly for social entrepreneurs. We'll be bringing relevant mentors and incubators. And again, this time we are partnering again with BVIC. We have a good number of impact investors who would be interested in this program too. Now I would like to invite Sudhakar garu, please on stage. So may I request all the dignitaries to do the honors of launching the poster for Social Impact Bootcamp 2022. We request you to spread a word for us and help social startups to enroll in this program. So Telangana State Innovation Cell is spearheading marquee programs with that mindset of what is that impact we are creating. We do assess impact. It's not about the number of startups, but again, what is that value we are bringing to the stakeholders, the participants who are participating in the programs. And also, we do measure that impact, especially the mindset shift, whether we are creating that, the building and nurturing the culture of innovation. So we do assess on those aspects. And another program which is more geared towards with the students, considering the students as our stakeholders, we have Youth for Social Impact program. This is the first edition we have come up with in partnership with UNICEF and INPI Labs. Now I would like to invite Murali from Vamshi from UNICEF and Chaitanya from INPI Lab to join us and unveil the launch poster for Youth for Social Impact. I would request everyone over here to help us spread a word. And in reaching out, this is explicitly for college students to innovate. So we are requesting, yes, programs with good impact to be created. Thank you so much. And also, as I said, we work with grassroots innovators. Today at the Impulse program, we scouted the best 14 innovators who are working at the social impact space. So please do visit them and encourage them and ask them questions also, like why are they innovating, like what is that reason for them to innovate. So thank you so much BVIC, thank you JS sir, who is kind of holding our back in kind of taking TSIC to the next level. Thank you Mr. Malareddy Garu and MP Krishna Garu and all the audience who are here to to join us for this celebration. Thank you and hope you guys have a good day.
Thank you, Shanta. And also good to see all the new initiatives that TSIC is taking forward. And from Balavikas side, we are also partnering with TIS Mumbai. Sir, where is Satya sir? Yeah, TIS Mumbai. We have a postgraduate executive PG program in innovative CSR and social entrepreneurship. It's an 18 months course. We actually launched before the COVID, but admissions came in, but because of COVID, we put on hold. So now the COVID is getting settled. We'll be again announcing that course, which will be 18 months course. And again, like how TSIC is creating a federation of startups at the state level, Balavikasa is planning to create a national level social startup federation. How there is CII, FICCI, HICIA, we want to create a national level social startup federation using this facility uniquely for social entrepreneurs. And also for CSR, we are going to conduct a kind of membership kind of group kind of thing for CSR professionals also from across the country. So with all this now, I would request Jayesh Saab, the Principal Secretary. For Telangana, I would say KTR is a blessing and having SAR is a big blessing, right? KTR Saab thinks and he implements. So he's very passionate about promoting startups and more especially social startups. So with this collaboration, a lot of T-Hub, we-Hub, we're all trying to do good work. And now Bala Vikas is joining them. So thank you, sir, for all the collaboration. Now it's...
Thank you, Ate. అందరికీ నా హార్దిక్ వందనాలు. వేదిక మీద ఉన్నటువంటి గౌరవనీయులైన రాష్ట్ర ఉపాధి కల్పన, కార్మిక్ మరియు నైపుణ్య అభివృద్ధి శాఖ మంత్రివర్యులు గౌరవనీయులైన మల్లారెడ్డి గారికి, నర్సాపూర్ నియోజకవర్గ శాసనసభ్యులు గౌరవనీయులైన కృష్ణదేవరాయలు గారికి, శౌర్యరెడ్డి గారికి, శాంత గారికి, ఇక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి పెద్దలందరికీ, అతిథులు అందరికీ నా హార్దిక అభినందన తెలియపరుస్తున్నాను. మొట్టమొదటిగా గౌరవనీయులైన రాష్ట్ర ఐటీ శాఖ మంత్రివర్యులు కేటీ రామారావు గారి తరఫున కూడా మీ అందరికీ శుభాకాంక్షలు తెలియపరుస్తున్నాను. వారికి నిన్నటి వరకు ఈ కార్యక్రమంలో పాల్గొవాలి అనే చాలా ఉత్సాహం ఉండింది. రాత్రి 10:30కి కూడా కాల్ చేసి ఏ టైంకి మనము బయలుదేరాలి, ఎంతసేపు పడుతుంది బేగంపేట నుంచి అన్ని వివరాలు తెలుసుకున్నారు. కానీ లేట్ నైట్ ఈరోజు ఇదే సమయంలో ఇంకా ఒక చాలా అనివార్య కార్యక్రమం ఇదే సమయంలో రావడం వలన ఆయన ఈ కార్యక్రమం నుంచి తప్పించుకోవాల్సిందిగా అయింది. ఆయన వారి తరఫున మీ అందరికీ అభినందన తెలియపరుస్తున్నాను. బాల వికాస్ సంస్థకి కూడా So they don't follow Telugu at all? All right. All right. No worries. So, okay, you have broken my stream of thought. But anyway, I'm happy to speak in English as well. So basically, I would like to convey the compliments of our Minister, Mr. K.T. Ramarao. He unfortunately could not make it, but nevertheless, he's very happy that an event of this kind is taking place here. He also wanted to congratulate Bala Vikas and Shauri Reddy Garu personally because of the great work they are doing. And I think they have logged off, but also compliments to Bala Garu, Andre Garu, and the entire team. Because to run an organization for 45 years and show amazing results and to grow and to become a role model is a real success story. And we should all congratulate them, and we should also emulate whatever they have been trying to do. When I look at all of you, of course, I feel very, very happy because I remember some years ago, I was participating in an event which was largely intended for college students, and Mr. Sam Petroda was one of the speakers. Many of you would know Sam Petroda. He is credited with bringing the telecom revolution to our country. So Mr. Sam Petroda said something which I still remember, and it also kind of disturbs me. Mr. Sam Petroda mentioned that we have tremendous talent in our country. Some of the brightest people, brainiest people are in our country. And of course, he was intending people who study in the IITs, IIMs, other institutions of higher learning. But what he lamented was that such bright people are there, but all of them are focused in solving the problems of the rich. What he meant was that they join some corporates who eventually cater to the requirements of the rich people, the prosperous people. And what Sam Petroda mentioned was that there are hardly anyone who cares for the problem of the poor. And that unfortunately is the reality. So in Hyderabad, for example, we have about 6,000 odd startups. Many of them are in places like T-Hub, V-Hub, etc. But if you check what kind of line of activity they are pursuing, you typically notice that they are trying to solve some solution which is, or find some solution which largely takes care of the requirements of the better of the people of means and so on and so forth. So when I see people like you who are all focused on solving the problems of the poor, it really gladdens my heart. And India is one country where there are literally hundreds and hundreds of issues which require our attention. And if we are able to do that, I mean, we'll be really contributing a lot to the development of our society, our state, our country. And when I say similar things to young people elsewhere, there is one pushback that I get. Many of them tell that, of course, it's not to say that we are not aware of the problems the people face Not that we are leading some kind of a sheltered life. We understand everything, but where is the support system to help such people? Where is the support mechanism to help people like us? And to some extent, they have a point also, because unfortunately, if you look at the way startup industry has grown, all of us know here that startups' success is measured by the kind of valuation they have. So this valuation-driven kind of system, wherein even if you have a very ordinary product, you may be making huge losses, but just because you have potentially millions of customers and you can expand further, your valuation is driven up to the sky, you receive funding, you become the poster boys, and unfortunately that diverts everyone's attention. Everyone thinks that this is the model path which we should all follow, and caring for the needs of the poor, the requirements of the poor, that takes a back seat. So I know that there are very serious impact investors who have come to this conference, and I would like to speak to them separately also, that how do you create a critical mass, a tipping point in which the work we all do in creating social enterprises and finding solutions to the pressing problems that people have, how is that equally recognized and valued, and not just based on monetary valuation, but also impact evaluation, etc., etc. On behalf of the government, we have been doing many things. My colleague Shanta mentioned, we are perhaps one of the first states which created a dedicated policy on social entrepreneurship, on rural innovation. In fact, even to create an organization like the TSIC, the Telangana State Innovation Cell, there was a reason behind it. When we started the T-Hub and V-Hub and T-Works, etc., we noticed that it is largely attracting people who are from the city, who speak English, who wear these kind of Western dresses and all, and we are completely cut off from the rural talent which is available. And therefore, it was felt that we must create an organization which caters specifically to the brilliant people, the kind of rural innovators, grassroots innovators, social innovators who are there. And in the last 5 years or so, since they have been in existence, they have done amazing work, and you saw right before your eyes the new kinds of partnerships, the new kind of programs that they are announcing. So this is something very special about Telangana, that we have a dedicated policy. We have created an institution which will implement that policy. We have recruited talented people to run these kind of programs. Shanta herself is a great example. Many of her team members are amongst us. They are all young people, talented people, very committed people, passionate people about social entrepreneurship, rural entrepreneurship. We also offer 2-3 services on behalf of the government to social entrepreneurs, which not many states do that. So first is that many social entrepreneurs, and as a matter of fact other entrepreneurs also, they require access to data. So we are one state which has an open data policy. We provide humongous amount of data that is available with the government, so that if you are developing some solution which requires evidence, evidence is made available to you right away. You don't have to run around, you don't have to struggle for it. Similarly, as Shanta also mentioned, we encourage or we create an opportunity for people to try out their solutions. If a social enterprise has a solution which is of relevance to the government, we procure that solution bilaterally. There is no tendering process, there is no bidding process. You can demonstrate your solution. And I know in the last 6-7 years, at least 4 dozen such solutions have been rolled out in Telangana without running any kind of competitive bidding process. And I know of many startups, social startups in particular, after they have tested their solution in Telangana, they have been able to get orders from other states also, and that way their businesses have grown. We also, as Shanta mentioned, another very important part is to create an ecosystem, and we have created what is called the Telangana Social Startup Network, the TSSN, which again is a very important contribution of the government. Many people may not recognize it, but eventually the journey of a social entrepreneur is pretty lonely, and lots of roadblocks, lots of obstructions. It's a very big battle. And in that battle, if you recognize that there is a big support system around you, there are hundreds of others who are making that same journey. There are people who are willing to fund you, who are willing to encourage you, who are willing to try you out, academicians who are willing to validate your ideas. You get lots of confidence. You get lots of peace of mind. And this is invaluable. The self-confidence that you derive through being a part of a network, the peace of mind that you get by being a part of the network, it cannot be valued in rupee terms. I mean, even a million rupees or 10 millions of rupees also will not make up for what we are providing in that way. So these are some of the very valuable things we do on behalf of the government, and I do hope that with the support of Bala Vikas, all the other organizations who are here, we tomorrow create an opportunity. If someone wants to become an entrepreneur, I know that Honorable Minister runs educational institutions. I visited his institutions. I've spoken there. I know that there is a tremendous amount of interest in young people today to become a job giver, not become a job seeker, to become an entrepreneur, to have my own company, to give jobs to 10 people. But by participating in these kind of events, one more lens should be added, which is that I'll give jobs to 10 people, but I'll also solve hundreds of problems which the most common person encounters. So I hope that the first Social Entrepreneurship Summit, Impulse, will have the desired outcomes in Hyderabad, in Telangana, in the rest of the country. I'm very impressed with the ambitions that Shauri Reddy Garu has mentioned in how he wants to grow this organization, the Bala Vikas. We value his partnership and support and look forward to interacting with all of you, look forward to staying in touch with all of you, and whichever way the government is of help to you, extending that help to all of you in days to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable message and encouragement to the entire ecosystem. And definitely, we look forward for your collaboration to make this institution one of the best institutions in the country, right? So you have a mandate of Telangana, but Bala Vikas is having a mandate of entire country to start, but international. Ultimately, we want to make it. So next session, you are going to see some white and different faces also here. So we want to make it real international thing, sir. So thank you so much for all your support in making this happen, sir. And now our Minister Mallareddy Garu, he happens to be the MLA of this region and a good minister for us. And he himself is a big entrepreneur, giving employment to ఎంతమంది సార్ ఎంతమందికి నౌకరు ఇస్తారు మీరు జాబ్స్ ఎంతమందికి ఇస్తారు మీరు మీరు చెప్తారు సరే okay right so he is very supportive to Bala Vikasa, being the local MLA and local minister also, and is a very good friend of our President Garu, Indira Reddy Garu. Okasarana. He is our President, Indira Reddy Garu, and he is the man behind the construction of entire building. He is by profession, he is a builder, right? So that's the reason we were able to construct one of the beautiful structure here, along with our another board member, secretary by name Shauri Reddy, same like my name. So both of them are very instrumental in creating this huge structure. So now, Mallareddy Garu, మీ యొక్క సందేశాన్ని స్టార్టప్స్ కి అందరికీ ఇవ్వాల్సింది కోరుతున్నాను.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. ఈరోజు బాల వికాస్ సోషల్ స్టార్టప్ ఇంక్యుబేటర్ సెంటర్ 35 కోట్లతోటి ఈరోజు ప్రారంభించినందుకు వాళ్ళ బాల వికాస్ ఫ్యామిలీకి శుభాకాంక్షలు. అదే మాదిరిగా దీనికి సభాధ్యక్షుడు మా శౌరెడ్డి గారు, మా గెస్ట్ జయస్ రంజన్ గారు, మా ఎంపీ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ ఎంపీ శ్రీకృష్ణ దేవరాయలు, అదే గారు మా ఐటీ సెక్టార్లో సిఓ శాంత గారు, మిగతా గెస్టులందరికీ, మీడియా మిత్రులకు అందరికీ కూడా నా నమస్కారం. ఈరోజు మంచి రోజు, ఎందుకంటే ఒక పెద్ద బాల వికాస్ అంటే గత 45 సంవత్సరాల సంది కూడా బాగా సోషల్ వర్క్లో ఉన్నారు వాళ్ళు. పేద ప్రజలు ఎక్కడైతే ఉంటారో, ఎక్కడైతే కార్మికులు ఉంటారో, ఎక్కడైతే స్లమ్స్ ఉంటాయో అక్కడ నేను చూస్తూ ఉన్నా. వాళ్ళంతా కూడా మినరల్ వాటర్ ప్లాంట్స్ పెట్టి వాళ్ళకు మంచినీళ్ళు ఇచ్చి వాళ్ళకు ఆరోగ్యంగా ఉండేటట్టు చేస్తున్న ఘనత వాళ్ళు చాలా రోజులు సంది వాడు. అందులో మెయిన్లీ నా నియోజకవర్గం ఇదంతా కూడా నా నియోజకవర్గం వస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ మెయిన్లీ పెద్ద స్లమ్ అంటే పెద్ద డంపింగ్ యార్డ్. ఆ డంపింగ్ యార్డ్ ఏరలా జవహర్ నగర్లో వాళ్ళు చాలా మట్టుకు వాటర్ ప్లాంట్స్ పెట్టి వాళ్ళు చాలామంది పేద ప్రజలకు మంచి నీళ్ళు ఇచ్చినందుకు వాళ్ళకు చాలా చాలా ధన్యవాదాలు. ఎందుకంటే ఇంత పెద్ద సంస్థ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ లెవెల్లో ఈ సంస్థ కూడా ఇక్కడ మా ఏరియాలో మా గట్కేసర్లో మా ఏరియాలో తెరిచినందుకు కూడా వాళ్ళకి ఇంకా చాలా చాలా ధన్యవాదాలు. కానీ వాళ్ళు ఆఫీస్ మాత్రమే హెడ్ క్వార్టర్ ఇక్కడ తెరిచింది, కానీ సేవ అంతా మహారాష్ట్ర ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఇక్కడ కూడా ఇంకా స్పీడ్ పెంచాలి, ఇక్కడ కూడా ఇంకా కొన్ని గ్రామాలు తీసుకోవాలి, ఇక్కడ కూడా ఇంకా చాలా చేయాలి. ఎందుకంటే మీ ఫౌండర్ అంతా ఇక్కడనే కదా, మీ ఫౌండేషన్ అంతా బేస్ అంతా ఇదే కదా, హెడ్ క్వార్టర్ అంతా ఇదే కదా. వరంగల్ అయినా తెలంగాణనే కదా. తెలంగాణలో ఇంకా కొద్దిగా పెంచాలి. ఇది చేస్తున్నందుకు చాలా చాలా ధన్యవాదాలు. ఏది ఏమైనా ఈ సోషల్ స్టార్టప్ అనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఎందుకంటే मैं थोड़ा एग्जाम्पल्स बताता हूँ. मैं इंग्लिश तो पूरा बात नहीं कर सकता, हिंदी में तो परफेक्ट बोलता हूँ. सोशल स्टार्टअप बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. आजकल यूथ अपने पास यूथ बहुत है, बहुत जने यंगस्टर्स बहुत है, इंजीनियर्स है, बीकॉम बीए कुछ पढ़े सो लोग है. वो लोगों को ट्रैक नहीं मिल रहा, रूट नहीं मिल रहा, कौन सा जॉब करना, जॉब नहीं मिल रहा और किधर से जाना वो भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा उसको. यूथ पूरा जो जॉब मिल गया सक्सेस हो गया, जो नहीं मिले सो वाला कंफ्यूज में है. उसका प्रॉब्लम ऐसा इधर जैसा स्टार्टअप में इधर क्लियर करना. यूथ अपना पूरा जो तेलंगाना का यूथ है, तेलुगु पीपुल है, आंध्रा हो तेलंगाना हो, तेलुगु पीपुल को कितना स्किल्स है, कितना टैलेंट है, वो लोगों का इतना इंग्लिश बैकग्राउंड है, वर्ल्ड में किसी को भी नहीं गया. क्यों बोले तो वो लोगों का स्मार्ट इंग्लिश रहता, क्लियर इंग्लिश रहता, और कौन सा भी कंट्री में जाओ उसका इंग्लिश समझ में आता पूरा. अब चाइनीस होने दो, जापानीस होने दो, वो लोग अगर इंग्लिश बात करो वो समझ में नहीं आता. अपना तेलुगु वाला, अपना इंडियन वाला जो इंग्लिश है सक्सेसफुल इंग्लिश है, क्लियर इंग्लिश है. इसीलिए अपन वर्ल्ड में किधर भी जाओ अपना तेलुगु पीपुल सक्सेसफुल है. मैं एक 50 साल से देख रहा हूं, मैं एग्जाम्पल बता रहा हूं मैं आपको. 50 साल से देख रहा हूं वर्ल्ड में, अमेरिका हो, लंदन हो, जर्मनी हो, जापान हो, पूरा अपना टॉप पीपुल में टॉप डॉक्टर्स कौन है, टॉप साइंटिस्ट में कौन है, टॉप आईटी पीपुल्स कौन है, तेलुगु पीपुल है. अब देखो, ऑब्जर्व करो, 50 साल से अभी नहीं, मैं एक 20-25 साल से नहीं बता रहा हूं. इधर वो लोगों को फैसिलिटीज नहीं था पहले. अभी हमारा तेलंगाना में फैसिलिटीज नहीं है बोल के वो लोग अमेरिका चले गया, उधर सेटल हो गया. अभी हमारा सीएम केसीआर आने के बाद 8 साल से अब देखो हैदराबाद का पूरा नक्शा बदल गया. पूरा वर्ल्ड में अपना नाम आ रहा, तेलंगाना हैदराबाद, तेलंगाना हैदराबाद बोल के. क्यों आ रहा? एक बिगेस्ट लिफ्ट इरिगेशन वर्ल्ड में, लिफ्ट इरिगेशन जो बनाया कालेश्वरम प्रोजेक्ट हमारा तेलंगाना में हमारा सीएम केसीआर बनाया, वो भी 3 साल में बनाया. अब देखो हाईएस्ट लिफ्ट इरिगेशन है वो वर्ल्ड में भी, वर्ल्ड में नहीं है ऐसा लिफ्ट इरिगेशन, हमारा तेलंगाना में है. किसके लिए बनाया वो? किसान के लिए, खेती के लिए. पहले पानी नहीं था, किसान को पानी नहीं मिलता था, करंट नहीं मिलता था और फर्टिलाइजर भी नहीं मिलता था उसको. अभी हमारा सीएम आने के बाद पानी मिल रहा, फर्टिलाइजर भी मिल रहा और 24 आवर्स करंट भी मिल रहा. अभी जो धान हमारा फसल हो रहा हमारे पास इंडिया में, पहले पंजाब था फसल में, पहले आंध्र प्रदेश था, अभी नंबर 1 फसल में कौन है? हमारा तेलंगाना है. क्यों बोले तो सबको क्रिएट करके सबको फैसिलिटी दे दिया किसान को. इसलिए और एक बात भी है गरीबों के लिए, अच्छा डबल बेडरूम बना रहा, लो कास्ट में डबल बेडरूम बना के दे रहे गरीबों के लिए. और एक बात है, हर चीज में भी स्टार्टअप, हमारा निरंजन साहब बोले अभी, हैदराबाद में देखो स्टार्टअप किधर भी हो, आईटी में, सेक्टर में, हर सेक्टर में देखो पूरा जॉब ही है हमारे पास. टॉप हमारा केटीआर साहब आने के बाद वर्ल्ड में टॉप कंपनीज है 5, अमेजोन है, गूगल है, फेसबुक है, ऐसा एप्पल है. वो लोगों का पूरा हेडक्वार्टर्स किधर बनाया अभी, हेड ऑफिसेस किधर है अभी? हैदराबाद में. क्यों है? कहीं को लगाया वो लोग? बॉम्बे भी बना सकते हैं, चेन्नई में भी बना सकते हैं, बंगाल में भी बना सकते हैं। उधर फैसिलिटीज बरोबर नहीं है। इधर हमारा सीएम और हमारा केटीआर साहब अच्छा काम कर रहे बोल के इधर लगाया वो लोग। वातावरण भी अच्छा रहता है इधर। और इसके बाद मेरा बारे में बोलता हूं, एक एग्जांपल, मेरा भी एग्जांपल बताता हूं। मैं 45 इयर्स पहले एक मिल्कमैन था। क्या था? मिल्क सप्लाई करता था, वो भी साइकिल पे। एक ऑर्डिनरी पर्सन था मैं, मिल्क सप्लाई करता था साइकिल पे, मिल्क कैन लेके। आज मैं इंडिया में टॉप 10 में हूं, बिगेस्ट एजुकेशनलिस्ट। वो कैसा है? जब स्टार्टअप गिटअप कुछ भी नहीं है, रोज साइकिल पे दूध डालता था, घर को आता था। वो लेवल से हल्लू हल्लू खेती बॉडी करता था, बोरवेल चलाता था, फिर उसके बाद चिटफंड चलाता था, फिर उसके बाद अच्छा फ्लावर्स भी, फ्लावर का गार्डन था। फिर उसके बाद ऐसा ही चलते चलते एक स्कूल बनाया 87 में। उसके बाद 10 सीबीएसई स्कूल्स हो गया। फिर एक 2002 में एक इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज बनाया। हमारे से बहुत सीनियर आदमी है इसका पिताजी। 2002 में एक इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज बनाया। उसके बाद अभी 13 इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज चला रहे हैं। फिर 2012 में एक मेडिकल स्कूल बनाया, मेडिकल कॉलेज। अभी 2 मेडिकल 2 डेंटल कॉलेज बना दिया। बीएड है, एमएड है, डाइट है। मेरे पास 70,000 स्टूडेंट्स है, इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट्स। और मैं कोई प्रोफेसर नहीं है, मैं कोई डॉक्टर नहीं है। इतना लोगों को सोशल स्टार्टअप में मैं बनाया ना। मैं मेरे पास 10,000 टीचिंग स्टाफ है। कितना? वो भी एमटेक वाला, बीटेक वाला नहीं है, एमटेक वाला 10,000 टीचिंग स्टाफ है मेरे पास। आप करते जाओ, अच्छा काम कर रहे हमारा शो रेड्डी साहब। थोड़ा इसको ब्रेक मत करो, स्लो मत करो, टाइम पास मत करो, जरा स्पीड बढ़ाओ। ये अच्छा स्टार्टअप अच्छा है, सोशल स्टार्टअप। क्यों बोले तो आप एग्रीकल्चर में भी कर रहे, एजुकेशन में भी कर रहे, और दूसरा सेक्टर में भी कर रहे। ये पूरा हेल्थ केयर में भी कर रहे। ये तीनों भी बहुत बड़ा अच्छा सेक्टर है। तीनों का भी मैं काम आपको हेल्प करूंगा। हमारा गवर्नमेंट आपको हमेशा सपोर्ट देगा। जो सपोर्ट बोले तो वो सपोर्ट देगा हमारा गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से। मैं बोल रहा हूं आप लोग और जरा बढ़ाओ, और जरा बिल्डिंग में बढ़ाओ, क्लासरूम भी बढ़ाओ, ट्रेनिंग भी बढ़ाओ, सोशल और जरा घुमाओ। आप कैसा भी फ्री ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है। बाला विकास आपका फैमिली को, बाला मैडम को भी देखा अभी फोटो। वो लोग कैसा भी उधर से पैसा भेजते। इधर अच्छा खर्चा करो। अब देखो मैं इतना बड़ा आदमी हुआ ना, एक दूध वाला इतना बड़ा आदमी हुआ। मेरे को कोई फॉरेन फंड्स नहीं है, मेरे को मैं कोई बाबा नहीं है। मैं एक ऑर्डिनरी आदमी हूं। रोज कमाते गया, सक्सेस होते गया, रोज कमाते गया, सक्सेस होते गया। बिल्डिंग करते जा रहा हूं, एक एक स्कूल बिल्डिंग ऐसा बनाते गया। इतना बड़ा साहब को तो बेफिक्र है, शो रेड्डी साहब को ऊपर से आते रहता पैसा, इन्हें खर्चा नहीं कर रहा बरोबर। उसका नाम बढ़ाओ, बाला मैडम का नाम बढ़ाओ और डेवलप करो। हैदराबाद में इधर ही हमारा क्षेत्र में बहुत खर्चा करो, एग्रीकल्चर में बहुत डेवलप करो, आप हेल्थ सेक्टर में भी बहुत डेवलप करो, अच्छा एक्सेस करो, यूथ को अच्छा एडवाइस दो, यूथ को अच्छा, यूथ को अपन जितना यूथ को करे थे ना उतना सक्सेसफुल होता। मेरा और एक स्पेशलिटी बताता हूं। मेरे पास वुमेन्स मेडिकल कॉलेज है। कोई हंसता था पहले, मैं इंडिया में मैं ही फर्स्ट आदमी हूं वुमेन्स मेडिकल कॉलेज। अरे ये कोई आदमी है ऐसा है, मैं वो ना बोल के लगाया। उससे पहले वुमेन्स इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज लगाया, वो भी कोई लड़कियां ज्वाइन होने को तैयार नहीं था। उसका मम्मी आके हमारा मम्मी अभी हमारा बेटी अभी तक गर्ल्स स्कूल में पढ़ा, गर्ल्स में इंटर पढ़ा और बोर हो जाता, और गर्ल्स इंजीनियरिंग बोले तो पहले एडमिशन ही नहीं होता था गर्ल्स में। आज वही कॉलेज में एडमिशन नहीं मिल रहा। क्यों? लड़कियां अच्छा पढ़ रहे, अच्छा ट्रेनिंग दे रहे, अच्छा ये कर रहे। एक एक लड़की को हमारे पास 100% प्लेसमेंट है और 7, 8, 3, 4 से कम प्लेसमेंट सर्टिफिकेट नहीं रहता उसके पास। 30 लाख, 24 लाख, 14 लाख का उसका प्लेसमेंट सर्टिफिकेट है उसके पास, कंपनी के पास। ऐसा अपन ट्रेन देते रहे तो वो लोगों को आ जाता है। वो लोगों को नॉलेज है, स्किल है, टैलेंट है, सब है, लेकिन थोड़ा उसको ट्रेन देना चाहिए, थोड़ा स्टार्टअप करना चाहिए, उसको स्टार्ट करना चाहिए, उसको उन्हें लाइन में लाना चाहिए, उसको ट्रैक में लाना चाहिए, उसको सक्सेस हो जाता उसमें लाइन। बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, Mallareddy garu. You are the real example of edupreneur, right? It's called edupreneur, right? Education entrepreneur, giving employment to 10,000 people. I am always trying to tell the youth, to become a startup. The reason is, I will say in Telugu, కూలి చేస్తే పూట గడుతుంది, నౌకరి చేస్తే బతుకు గడుతుంది, వ్యాపారం చేస్తే బతుకు బాగుంటుంది, right? That is the thing I am trying to say. If you really want to be rich, there is no farmer rich in this world, right? అంటే ఏ దేశంలో కూడా గొప్ప వాళ్ళు వ్యవసాయవేత్తలు లేరు, మన ఉద్యోగులు లేరు, ఓన్లీ ఎంటర్‌ప్రెన్యూర్స్, right? So and this social enterprise which will help you to be economically good, at the same time it will help you to impact the society, right? So Mallareddy garu, thank you for your inspiration. So ఒకసారి అందరికి కూడా మనం ప్రత్యేకంగా ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేసుకుందాం. I request our President Indira Reddy garu come and give shawls to all our delegates. ఉన్నారా మన వైస్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ బిఎం రెడ్డి గారు? మీరు కూడా చాలు మంత్రి గారికి. బాలకృష్ణ ప్రెసిడెంట్ ఇందిరా రెడ్డి గారు ఇక్కడే ఇక్కడే ఆడ వాళ్ళిద్దరు వేస్తారు. ఇక్కడే అన్న ఇక్కడే అన్న. So he is Mr. B.M. Reddy garu, our Vice President. Ikkade. So while he is, thanking the guests, I request our Bala Vikasa Treasurer, Mr. Ramna Gupta garu, onto the stage, please. Itadanda. So Ramna Gupta garu, I just want to introduce him. He comes from a banking sector, and he is the treasurer now in Bala Vikasa. He was managing the treasury of Reliance Company in Bombay for 20 years. So now he is managing the treasury of Bala Vikasa. Right? So he is a volunteer and a board member full time. Not only treasurer in Bala Vikasa, he is also taking care, supporting Rahul in managing the Bala Vikasa CSRB now. I request him to say what a thanks to all the guests.
Thank you. First of all, let me thank all the delegates, exhibitors, funders, and all the ecosystem players to see that who made this program successful. Because without you, there is no program. We can only think about it, but without your participation, without your involvement, this program is not there. So first of all, my thank on behalf of CSRB and TSIC, let me thank all of you first, and then I would like to extend my heartiest thanks to our Minister Mallareddy garu and Krishnadeva garu and Jayesh Ranjan garu for their excellent support and then participation in the program. And then Shanta garu has been part of entire thought process, everything is there. So I thank all the dignitaries on the dais, and many of the dignitaries we were not able to accommodate on the dais, particularly TIS Mumbai, T-Hub, V-Hub, Kaktiya Sandbox. All these people are actually partners who are actually come together to deliver this program, one of its kind of bringing all the social enterprises. So Telugulo manam దీన్ని ఏమనుకోవచ్చు అంటే సోషల్ ఎంటర్ప్రైజ్ జాతర అనుకోవచ్చు. So I really welcome all the people and then thank you. And I thank all the media people and all the police department for providing excellent security, and to see that this program is going on very well, and all the volunteers and our staff members who have worked overnights, spending a lot of time and other thing. I really appreciate you people coming and then spending time. Now actually it's the inaugural session, so now there are so many programs which are going on. I think all of you are given the in the your folders, all the programs are there. So please participate and then get the best out of it so that we make it further successful in the future. Thank you.
Thanks, Anna. So I request, there will be lunch at 1:30. So we have a 45-minute session in 3 places. There is one Inspire, that side, and Impact here, and Influence on the first floor. So there are 3 sessions happening. Agenda is in your place. So please go there 45 minutes after. From 1:30 there is lunch for everybody. So please, get into the classes. I request Mantri Garu and all the guests here to unveil the CSRB. And after that, I request all the CSR heads from different companies and impact investors, please meet Rahul here. All the impact investors and the CSR representatives, please meet Rahul here. We have a short meeting. Rahul, you take them to them. Please, meet Rahul. ఇది తెరిచిపోదు కాదండి ఇది అంటే ఈ కొత్త పేరు మార్చిన ఇంతకుముందు బీవీఎస్ ఉండే కదా ఇప్పుడు పేరు మార్చిన దీని అంతే జయసాబ్ జయసార్ అండి జయసాబ్ ప్లీజ్ కమ్ దిస్ రీబ్రాండింగ్ అండి సార్ మీరు అట్లా Until now it was BVAC, Bala Vikasa International Center. So from now on it is called Center for Social and Responsible Business, with the tagline for businesses that care for environment, that care for society, that care for everything like. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, we'll go to the boardroom. సార్ ని పంపించండి సార్ థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ అన్న పంపించండి మనం పోయి ఫోటోలో కూర్చుంటే హాయ్ భరత్ నైస్ మీటింగ్ విల్ కనెక్ట్ వన్స్ అగైన్ బోర్డ్రూమ్ అన్న from UK doing here she in level 1 she got many congratulations entrepreneurs risk management. Hi. So how many more months of this course? One more year.
Actually, it's 5 level course. I have completed my level 1. So I'm
Still,
searching for opportunities.